Alright, and we are quite ready to go for this, so good to see you all here, and we will start with the game in a moment. Of course, we first show a bit more of the overall thing today. Do think it looks really nice also on the stream camera, so let's gradually get ready towards the game here, and thank you, Ruby. Indeed, also like it a lot oneself. So let's then see about gradually moving towards the game here and see what happens there. There we go, and let's then see about there we are, and let's make sure we do get game audio. Yes, so we should be good to go, and indeed. Let's then again continue with the druid. It's been long enough that I do not really remember how it works, but sure. Alright, Gates to Hell sounds promising location to start. Let's also adjust the font scaling so that we do have the large font scaling. There we go. That's quite readable also for the skulldog. So let's see. All right. So, cultists corrupt the ancient sanctum. That sounds good enough. So, let's see where we. there, so it should be quite easy to reach. And what is the quest status? Water stained leather. Is this supposed to be shown? Alright, so waypoint travel. Let's take the waypoint for now. Alright, let's then move over.
This thing looks like it's been through hell. Let's see what we've got.
Alright, unsurprisingly the water-stained leather doesn't look that good. That's not a total surprise.
Actually, I better get this paid. It's dangerous to be in debt around here.
It was a bill. Fair enough, fair enough. Better to get paid. Better to pay your bills. Some of the new items are even a bit better, it seems. Alright, pretty much the same. And we can also ride the ghost cat, which looks extremely nice, as noted separately. That especially the cat is of great importance. With the Skullcat, certainly appreciated. So let's then continue here and see what we do next. So we should have more dungeons at least, and there's apparently some kind of mount mode for The druid at least didn't notice that when tried that earlier. Let's drop by the blacksmith first, so we get rid of the salvage items. Right, we went to the quay side accidentally. There we go. Salvage all items. It didn't seem that we would have anything else that we would especially want to use, so there we go. Quick salvage, and also gave some veiled crystals. So then we can probably look for dungeons or other side quests for now, so let's continue with that. Alright, there's the stable master, so we can also show off the elegance of the skull feline and add accessories on. It looks even better when you put also the intended yeah, there we go, cat. There was the specific one for the, there we go. It's really nice with the kind of metal overriders, riders for the head, like first push in and then pull back, and it will be, someone will have a bad day. And there was also like extra kind of lantern. There we go, the shade light lantern, which looks very nice. Nice to also hang along, so there we go. Now the good cat is properly equipped. Let's see what we have on the map. There's a dungeon, let's go there. Conclave. Tales of profane rituals grip the people with fear. That sounds most unfortunate. So let's then go over there. And indeed, the Skullcat mount looks great. So let's see quickly, like very in the pretty much the right direction to think. Yep, there's the dungeon. So there we go. And you get the loading screen with the we do have a nice skull mask, and we also have the Skullcat visible in the loading screen, which is very nice. Alright, let's then begin proper in the dungeon. Slay the sanguine channelers. Alright. Oh yeah, we didn't have any functions as we have the shapeshift, so it's kind of like just keep finger on the apparently on the health potion button, because there's no functions proper. It's just shape-shifting. Very nice. Would be nice if you could also have the Skullcat as a fighting companion. There we go. Alright, and we also have ability points. Disintegrate Gate. That's always very desirable. Enhanced Shred. Alright, and then we have Primal Shred. You may only select one upgrade. Alright, we have selected a promisingly named Raging Shred. Hey, you, stop poking at me. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Heart of the Wild, maximum spirit increased by 3. Tornado, Pulverize, Stone Burst. Alright, and we have more here. Very beer. Alright. Oh, hello there, Kisu. Let's greet you properly in a moment. Claw, unsurprisingly. Maul, alright, that's again the bear. And then we also have the Enhanced Claw and Wild Claw. Yeah, we have clearly put a lot of effort into the wolf, which is good. So, what do we have here? Companion. Yeah, you can summon companions. Wrath. Alright. Rabies. That sounds like a good thing to have when you're a wolf. Alright. Certainly. Alright, that's the first activated ability, so fair enough. Right, let's create Kisu properly. So there we go. Yeah, it's been a while since we have played this. So let's create Kisu properly also. Hello there, and indeed we are very sharply dressed this time also. So indeed, let's continue with the game and see about how well it works with the rabies. Great thing to have with the wolf. So what did you get? Rabies. There we are. You have died. Alright. That happens because it doesn't actually pause the game. It's kind of problematic. Would have to reach a certainly safe location, which is not trivial. No problem. It's not like we would be playing hardcore, so for a reason, because we are in Fursuit and cause havoc. Try and find then more trouble. Right, it would be even better if the map had more contrast. Alright, so it's up here. And in any case, it's more important to create Kisu properly. In general, the idea of like skill called rabies sounds kind of unpleasant when you consider there are the kind of videos from like India or such where you have a human with rabies and how they behave. So yeah, great idea. Give them rabies. Ah, very nice, very nice. Right, there's the first like mini boss. Let's see if we can give them the rabies. Alright, that wasn't too hard. not much else here, so interact, but how does it open? Probably need to get rid of also the other mini boss. Do not really know what works or doesn't, do not care about the builds, mostly just do all the ones that are for the wolf form, so because have decided to do that, so it's kind of like, yeah, do not even know what build would be good and do not terribly care, it's more like playing for fun, so do know that there are better and less better builds as far as the skills go. Right, and where else to go? Yeah, there we want. Alright, let's see there. To find the other mini boss. Yes. Alright. Alright, expected something worse out of the adventure, like just a insect swarm.
Notes from the pale demonologist. Summon larvae into the vessel's stomach. They will lay the grounds for the next. Try to keep the vessel alive. Living flesh is better fuel for manifesting the demon. Flies are a sign the possession has taken hold. The vessel can be bound at this point and the demon bent to your will through binding rituals.
Notes from the demonologist, sir.
Didn't believe him at first. Actually works quite effectively.
Alright, and search slain villagers for the laboratory key. Sure. So, are the arrows like somehow useful. Yes, there was a slain villager, so let's try and find the laboratory key. Apparently that was not the case there. So search more. Nope. Right, extra resistant fly swarm. Right, there's another slain villager. So, and there we go. And we found the laboratory key, so good. Right. And let's see where we need to go. Laboratory door. Alright. Let's check the map. Where's the laboratory door? It's apparently not yet even found, so let's continue somewhere there apparently. Alright, and let's then also, yeah, let's continue here. Of course, you can also redeem to see more of the outfit at will, but otherwise, let's continue and try to find the laboratory door, which probably contains the main boss for this level. stand. Speak to the adventurer sounds like a great idea, so let's do that.
The only way out of this is to fight. This. Never seen
Alright, at least we made it. And actually also got mastery, so better last stand than expected. Alright. And alright, that didn't go much anywhere, was one of the mini like altars. And maybe we find way further here. It's like, alright, there's the symbol, so let's go there. Yes, laboratory tour. Very good. And right, there are at least some things here. Infested laboratory. Let's try to make it less infested. In any case, it looks like rabies is the kind of effect that is, because any like poison effect requires time, because it practically starts causing poison damage when applied, and then you have to keep it going. Right, a lot of items, and there's like the main boss here, so let's see if we can do some poison damage to them. Yes. What, like five pairs of gauntlets, really? Oh, hello there. Let's greet you properly too, as we apparently now stand in safe location for now. So there we go, and hello there, Jax and Camu. Let's greet you properly. Hello, and indeed, of course, worth showing. So let's then continue with the game and see how that goes. How has everyone's weekend been? Hopefully has gone well. There we go, and let's move back to the game. Slay all enemies. Looks like there are quite a few left, so. There we are, and let's try and make the infested laboratory less infested. And still another pair of gauntlets. Clearly, like the chest a while ago had like 3 or 4 pairs of gauntlets. Like really, you need more hand armor, really. Like maybe for the 4 paws. Alright, 12 enemies remain. Ah, yeah, the event to remember. Oh, yeah, it's kind of. It depends. Christmas starts in November. After Thanksgiving, you know, it's Christmas. First, there's the Orange Christmas, which is Halloween, and then Christmas begins after Thanksgiving, pretty much commercial-wise. Because then the Black Friday is over, and then it's Christmas. Right, special item. One remaining, so. Right. Swarm Master. Hello there, Swarm Master. Let's try and give you rabies. There we go. Dungeon complete. Alright, now that it's complete, let's see how we are doing time-wise. Are we up to what? An hour? Yeah, coming to that, so let's do at least, looking at the time, let's do at least 2 hours this time, as we started quite nice and early. So very good. There we go, and more dungeons hopefully, so, and also gained levels, so we can add more more rabies. Toxic claws, increased poison damage, enhanced rabies. These are quite funny. Poisoning damage increases over lifetime of the disease. Alright. We could also just improve rabies, which increases poison damage. Alright. Let's first put rabies up to 5 out of 5. And then keep going with the enhancements, like enhanced rabies. Yeah. Let's see what else we have. First of all, do we have the 10? Because thought there would be like a portal to exit the dungeon. Let's see if we push D, where does the portal go? Alright, it goes to the town. Fair enough, because there, at least do think was it in the previous game that you had the kind of like, when you have finished the dungeon, also portal to leave the dungeon appears. Fair enough. And there's another dungeon, Harkan's Refuge. This one Grandmaster Grand Manor lies in ruins, festering with memories. This is again like great graphic design is my passion kind of a thing. You have dark grey background with light grey, slightly lighter grey text. Yes, graphic design. And it's very hard to read in Fursuit, so yeah, how about more contrast? Indeed. So let's go there next. So some pretty Skullcat riding. So how do we get out of the town? Right, we almost stepped inside, so no Skullcats allowed inside, which is a shame. Here's again the stable master, so we can show the Skullcat off also, the new joiners. It's so pretty. Alright, let's then move onwards. Alright, at least everyone gets a bit of damage. We could also first, alright, Tortured Gift of Mysteries. That sounds interesting. It sounds like some Lukaturili album or something. Yep. Let's visit Blacksmith first, whatever that was. it really slammed. Clearly there's some kind of aberration also in terms of difficulty, so it said something like hell tide in effect, so let's first of all repair and salvage and change equipment, and then maybe try to reach the dungeon again, because that was quite effective, like, alright, not this way. There we go. Is it the... Yeah, exiting Hell Tide. That looked quite demanding. So let's first of all see in the inventory. So we do have Doom Gauntlets, +1 armor, otherwise the same. And it sounds quite good that you have Doom Gauntlets, so none of those are that good. Unlike our equipped boots are not like the best ones ever, so anything is better really. Alright, let's see. So what else? Yeah, that's considerably better. Like the looks of the previous one, but yeah. And usually do not use transmogs, it's more fun to see the different looks of the items. Alright, +1, but it's like almost same item power. Do think also the features are preferable. This has more sockets, but we need bigger gems anyway. Ah, yeah, it works quite well if you like the flavor it gives, would say. And had another salvage cache. That's slightly better, so let's use that. Kale Trash, alright, it was not better either. Slightly, but it does much less damage. It's faster, but still, because it still takes like not enough faster that it would. Yeah. Also, still not that much enough faster. 3.5%. Alright, that looks at least fancy. Legendary amulet and right, it has considerably more resistance. Lucky hit. While in werebear form you gain 15% maximum spirit generation per second. Right, that's useful in the future if we do the bear skills at some point. Yeah, it's kind of Kisu that it would need to be organized, and that's kind of the question that we need to organize it. As you remember, 1 year was like did take the organizing run, but kind of have not had the time with the day work this year to at least yet give it too much consideration. There we go. Now we have sorted the items so we can salvage the rest at the blacksmith. So salvage everything, yes. Right, ham and ham indeed. And we got some resources, so now our inventory is empty, so it's better to try to the dungeon if the hell tide would also disappear. It should just go away. It's kind of horrible when you have really horrible chances, like really big opponents. Yeah. So let's see. At least it didn't warn about the helltide, so no, it's still nice. At least this time we are getting further, like let's just quickly run with the cat. There we are, there's the dungeon. It's really nice, you get the Skullcat in the loading screen and you enter with the cat. Did we already do this or was it another one? That sounded quite familiar. Yeah, we already did that. We were aiming for deserted underpass. Sounds nice. What else we did have? Buttered aquifer and corrupted grotto, and then we had the Hakan's refuge. That was what we actually were aiming for. So let's go through there and go for the Hakan's refuge. Hakan's heroes, don't you say? Right, there's some apparent helltide special, so let's see if we can find a way around this. Alright, here we have to dismount to do that climb. Alright, we do not currently care for the special because it seems quite difficult to say the least. Alright, nice jump. Still unsure how to get through here in one piece though. Just jump, good jump, and then we should just get out through here. Yes. Yeah. Don't you say there are a few opponents.
Is this?
At least we have gotten rid of some of the things, so let's see where the dungeon was. It's there, so we were not that far off. We just need to get there. There we are. Someone clearly likes lava. Let's see if we can get rid of that tendency. There we go. Made it to the dungeon. Oh yeah, the battered shipment actually triggered a quest also. Nice. Alright, and let's then continue. Return the ancient statue to the pedestal. Alright. and a lot of things to maul at. Alright, that was a lot of gem fragments also. Also some sunlight. Very nice, like constant fighting. Right, we still need to find the other ancient statue. There we go. How about not opening the map? There are lots of opponents, but no ancient statue. Let's check the map. So there's more here. shrine there is here. Like sometimes they are cursed and then you have huge fight immediately upon touching the shrine. Blast wave shrine, sure. Let's have blast wave. Alright, it does considerable damage. Kind of randomly. Yeah, that looks effective for fun sword effect. Blast damage. And immediately when you put the statue onto the pedestal you have extra company. Let's try the other one. Right, we are still apparently missing one of them also. This dungeon is fun because it has the outdoor section. It looks nice. Looks like the second ancient statue is here. Good. Not much more going further in, so let's open the door. And more company, of course. Travel to the matriarch's den. Sure. Right. Joulujuoma. Very good, very good. So, we have been doing now the 1.5 hours, so let's keep going to the 2-hour mark. It's good evening for some more. So on we go, on we go. These very dark rooms are sometimes demanding in Suit. You can't quite see where to go, so you have to hug the walls until you find the right spot. Alright, that's quite distracting, the kind of projection effects from the light. Quite distracting. Right, there's a big fight coming. Yeah. Yes, how about we try to cause maximum havoc here and then jump out if we start taking too much damage. Slay the matriarchs, 3. Alright, let's keep moving. Two matriarchs remain. We did just eliminate one, so alright. There we go. Right. Oh, that can be quite painful if you swallow the fish bone. Superior, alright. It's really superior. Splendid Guardian, they do have at least fancy names. The broad section effects from the lamps are quite distracting when you look like there's something moving, there's some problem there, then you try to deal with it repeatedly. Nice effect. Alright, dungeon cleared. That was effect laden end. So then we have the battered shipment to take the ice settle. And how is our inventory fill up? Alright, not full yet. Let's see if there's anything of interest. At least there's the special item. Overcharged nature's teeth. It looks like it is. Yeah, it is. It's still kind of not sufficiently faster. It's nice, but it's not fast enough. Werewolf finesse. Magic temper manual. Affixes can be applied to weapons, gloves, rings and amulets. Werewolf attack speed, werewolf critical strike chance, poison damage. Sure, that's good to learn, like you can apply useful affixes. At least that has more item power than the earlier one. It's a bit better. Critical hit chance. Yeah, do like that. Not much else seems to be interesting to use. Alright. And where is the late shipment going on? So let's first of all do the town portal. And then of course get the Skullcat out. And then think about where the shipment is going. It's in this town actually, so
that shipment. Guess our reward is in order.
All right.
With nothing to feed the lodger.
Payment reward is in order. Very good. And we also increased level. Nice. And now we have maximum rank rabies. So next we can add other features to that. Very good. Alright, we can sit down on the cushion. That looks good. Right, we are up to 1 hour 35, so some time to go still. Let's then see about what we would do next. Hakan's refuge is now done. What's here? There's like another side to the desert. Let's check that out. Maybe it has more dungeons. Do really like that this game is more open world than the previous one. It's much more fun in that respect than to think. So we could then, because we are already in town, we could also empty inventory.
How can I help?
There we go.
Don't ruin all that work.
Everything salvaged. And then which direction we need to go, like. Alright. Right out in style with the Skullcat. So let's see what's on this side of the town. Alright, let's fight. Let's check map. Right, at least this far no dungeons. Free shrine, so everyone drops money. Fair enough. Works. Mind on the money. Alright, Hakan's Oasis. Alright, Oasis. Alright, there's a preacher man. Yeah. Eastern Basin event. Complete an event in the Eastern Basin. Alright. Southern Expanse, yeah, would like regular dungeon, so let's keep exploring. Moon Clan Rockhoof. Defeat the Moonland Rockhoof. Right, Whispers of Danger. Let's see. Mr. Rockhoof. That ain't no Rockhoof. Ravaged corpse. The forces of evil have been allotted to your presence. Great. That was what I was hoping for. Now, come Mr. Rock. Whatever. Champion of Evil accepts your challenge. Alright, here's the Champion of Evil. Let's see how you do. At least we got afraid, so... Right, that was quite quick. He probably died of the rabies. Alright, stronghold nearby. This has quite a few features nowadays. Let's see, map-wise. Alright, there indeed is a stronghold. The stench of death and decay lingers heavily over this devastated battlefield. Alright. Wonder how hard that thing is. Have not ever actually seen what a stronghold is. Let's not try that immediately, but check like here what we find. Slain miner had only found iron. No wonder it hadn't been stolen. Iron iron has less often caused mining rushes, so it's in that sense safer mineral also to mine, because you won't have like iron rush and get shot at night while sleeping, because your claim has more iron. Unlike with gold, you might get the revolver bullet when the other guy notices that your mine actually has production. Hello there. Right, someone's farming strong apparently, or not. If that was the farmer, at least the attackers didn't mutilate the cattle, which is kind of, in this game one usually thinks that everything possible that is more or less evil and or looks bad will happen, due to Sanctuary not being the most gentle of realms. Was there anything else? Yes, it also continues upwards, so not many dungeons in this direction, except the stronghold. Alright, nice big battle. Not much else here, apparently. Radiance armament, alright, at least the generated name is nice, but it's kind of, again, a bit better, so. Sunless Halt, alright. Is it sunless? It looks like it. This will be excellent, like with the Fursuit vision. Apparently something needs to be done before we can proceed here. Fair enough, because there are the roots on the way, so That probably requires beating something or another. Back to the oasis we go. Right. So let's then see what we can find next. We still have about 10 to 20 minutes to go. If we find a nice dungeon, we will of course finish it. Alright. Let's see what the stronghold is, because it's close. Do not know what it is, so it will be interesting if we die. That can also happen, so. Climb up. Looks quite crumbly. Vengeful spirits galore, like what? Really? So it's more like fought long ago. Next one, please. So this has like small missions with the history of the battle. Sure. Zombie Slayer. Great achievement. Alright, that looked impressive and we accidentally zoomed in, so not that bad. Next thing, please.
Faithful children of
Alright. Propaganda leaflet.
vile priestess Hadar and her devils have burned our crops, razed our homes, crucified our loved ones. They
Clear
say not
atrocities
Abrax,
claimed.
but the Lord of hatred himself. No more. On the first dawn of the new moon, join us at the stronghold gates. We will banish this evil together and live in the light once again.
Right, was there any more? Apparently not any more opponents from that, just some propaganda. Right, arcane explosion. There's like a protected thing. Apparently no more opponents up here, so let's do the last circle and then probably some big thing appears. Then we need to find the final thing to interact with to trigger this one. The circle is here, so it's something that needs to be interacted with here, do you think? Alright, we need to find what triggers the next bit. Because I haven't noticed anything interesting. These are like just random encounters. Then we have this here with some kind of like force field in place. Investigate Omar's readout. Yes, we are investigating hard. Rusted blade. Good. The blade is thrust deep into the stonework, far deeper than any normal person could manage. What could have created such a massive force? Alright, and now things start happening. Yes. Good. And now here's the final thing.
Memory.
Our walls are breached! This is madness! We will not survive!
Alright, and we have memories.
Sacrifice ourselves before our home!
And that was the arcane explosion. Do you think you're going to expire now, hopefully? Nope. Still some energy left, so... finally. Rekindle the Wanderer sign to conquer redoubt. Alright. Where's the Wanderer shrine? There's like the symbol, but it's like, it's on top of the wall, or there it is. Right. There we go. Nice. Stronghold Liberator. Conquer one stronghold, indeed. And now we again have opponents here, great. We just conquered the stronghold and it's again full of things. There we go. Alright, stronghold conquered. Let's see how we are doing time-wise. Alright, we are up to 2 hours. Let's do the... We had stoppage of about 7 minutes, so let's do that because we had the starting sequence. So, how full is our inventory? Our inventory is moderately full. Do we have any items we would like to use? Nope. Kind of mini. No, these are still not fast enough. It's 90 attacks per second, half the damage, and then 1.10 attacks per second. So it's kind of like, it's not fast enough to be worth it. Alright, that is an improvement. And it looks at least different. Sure. Nope. Alright, that is an improvement. A bit more damage, a bit more speed. Or same damage but more speed, so it's kind of... That's an improvement. Alright, let's check the map. Is there anything else? There's way beyond the stronghold, so... Oh, Pamphel, hello! So, let's walk beyond the stronghold and see what we find there shortly, and then finish and see who we will raid. Hopefully you have enjoyed the Skulldog and some Diablo playing. It's fun, especially as you get to do the Skullcat. Fields of Hatred, alright, PvP zone. I'm not especially interested in a PvP zone, so let's go elsewhere. Oh, it is indeed really nice. It's one of the better things by far in the game. Worth it any day. Let's see. So we could probably fast travel, as here's like the PvP zone and we are not very interested in the PvP zone currently. Let's see. Complete the conclave. We have already completed the conclave, but it gives some extra, whatever extra goodness. Sure. You could return to the waypoint and see about like, probably want to another dungeon, so let's return to town for now and empty inventory and finish here. Really like the skull helmet also. The rest of the items were not very meaningful, so let's salvage the rest. Add affixes on the... Can we add affixes to what kind of items? Is it only like unique items or rare or legendary? Alright. Let's see how that works. We can add offensive. Let's see. Alright. Not very... Werewolf finesse. Let's see. Does that work? Yes, and... Of course, because it's customized, so... And then we get fancy effects. Alright, now it has werewolf attack speed boost. Great. That worked rather well. Natural schemes, sure. We have so many ingredients that... Alright, plus 11 tones. Sure. What else we can add something to... Offensive, so we can add werewolf finesse also to this. It already has werebear, so let's see how that works. Some item improvements. Werewolf critical strike chance, very good. And we can apparently also add mobility. Natural motion sounds good. It's good that you can add the features. Mobility cooldown reductions. Sure. Unsure what it exactly reduces, but... Item tuning. There we go. Let's then... Alright, we are up to time that was intended, and pretty good time to start finishing here, so alright, let's push the right thing, so let's then of course show off a bit more and finish for tonight. So Yeah, this looks very nice with the decorations and everything, and also going to show the back, even if was not especially asked for that. It looks very nice with the big ank, so there we go. So hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and we will be doing more of the game also again. So thank you for joining, and let's see who will raid. So, who's doing what? Let's see. Icy Tower is doing retro. Let's see what game. Alright. Looks nice and very retro. Do you think this is some Castlevania or something? Yeah, that looks sufficiently odd. Let's rate them. It's been a while. Let's see, did that go right? It looks, except we need to also type raid correctly for a raid to happen. Looks good. There we go. That was kind of dumb that it would try to autocomplete all the time. Like, what channel are you? What channel? No, it's it's already typed there, and it tries to autocomplete desperately. Oh, no problem. We'll try to do complete schedule also the coming week, so there should be more. Be well and good night.